Alright, we're back again. You can see everything a little better. Off to clean solvent off of there. Definitely see the big vertical line in there, and get the light where it see it's just right. Definitely my fingernail catches it. One right there. I think it's only got the one I can see now. Light one right there, heavier one there. One here, one over here. This is a heavy one here. Alright, let's see what happens. Put it back together. Hopefully the noise is gone. Let's see, get that out. Just double check and see if there's anything else that I can see that might be wrong. Everything looks good. The rollers are pretty clean from grease, so I know the rollers are rotating. You can see how the rollers are nice and clean in there. There's no grease on them, so that means they've been rotating. So it's not like it was sliding on everything and causing a problem. Here's what it is. So this here, just stick it right in the middle. Slides right down. And it's in. Alright. Pull on the earplug so I can hear better. Noise is gone. Yep. No more noise. That was it. Never had that before. Not even a hint of it. Spins a little freer too. It definitely spins freer. About half the drag. That's weird. Didn't think that would have made that big of a difference. Oh well, I don't use those kind of parts, so when you're using crappy junk, you come across problems you didn't have before. Okay, that does not want to go on that particular spline, so take it off, rotate a little bit, try a different spline. There it goes. Alright, let's see. Tighten this up. See what we get. No more noise, no more feel. Right there. Nope. Nope. Chattered and it didn't chatter anymore. Oop. Can't feel it. Yeah, not feeling it. There it is right there. It's the only spot. Nope. Comes and goes. Now I got it for a minute, it's gone again. Yeah, I can't get to duplicate it. Alright. That means the bearing race still has it still has a little bit of washboard in it, so it wouldn't hurt if it was taken apart and redone, but same deal, this thing is loose, so it's not a new tranny. It was a new tranny, I'd hone it and put oversized bearings in it, tighten things up a little bit, but it's a used tranny, so it is what it is. So here's our clearance now. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying to get it where the camera can see something, but it's hard to do. Clearance there that way, and this way it'll have more this direction. It's tighter this way, which is the working direction. So anyway, it works. Alright, I'm good with it. Not the best in the world, that's for sure, but it is what it is. So it'll do what it's going to do. Now, do I want to do any... let's see, do I want to go any further than what I've already got done here? Thinking about the transmission bearings and that one over there. It had one little bad area over there, but the rest was good. So this one had the washboard in two different spots. Get that noise just a little bit every now and then, but. Alright, I think it'll be okay. It's not a long-term transmission anyway, so it is what it is. Junk everywhere. That's it, hit the tripod, plastic baggies are in the way. Airline's in the way, all kinds of problems. Okay. Don't get too far away you can't see. There you go. Oh, it spins a lot better now. We're not turning the seal now. Alright. Can't put the shift shaft in with this on, so we gotta leave it off. That's what this is for. Goes like that. And I gotta lubricate this because I put it in dry. I didn't re-lube any of this stuff, so it's all kind of dry in there. That lets it make more noise too. Okay. Bearings are all where they belong now. Last chance to screw it up. Okay. Put the spacer on there so it can't fall out. Should have grabbed a different nut when I was up there, but oh well. This one worked for what I need it for. Where's that lock tab at? Take up some of the slack. I don't want to compress the seal too far and destroy it, so. Come on. This nut does not like to start. Okay, now that can't fall off. So that problem is fixed. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. So now I go ahead and put the main shaft assembly in here and put this thing together. So first thing I do is get some lube inside this bushing because it all got cleaned out. Good enough. Okay. So this is our main shaft. So what we got to do now is we got to put all this together. It doesn't fit in the case if you put it all together. So. In some cases you can slide all this whole assembly through the case here, like this one. It'll go through. Other ones, this gear's too big to go through the case. So you got a couple of options how you do it. So this one you can technically put this all together on this side and just beat it all in. It's pretty difficult to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the third gear in, the thrust washer, the snap ring, and the shift clutch. Then that goes on from the other direction. This is all comes in from this side, this comes in from the other side. And you put all these parts in there or it doesn't go together. Then on this side we got the case race, bearing housing, whatever you want to call it. And we got our ball bearing. Goes on the outside, tightens this up here against this nut here. And then you have a lock tab and a nut. Tighten that up there. So that's what pulls it all together and holds it in place. So on a 4-speed bike, we got a nice big heavy-duty bearing race and bearing holding everything together. On a 5-speed and 6-speed bikes, you got a little wimpy-ass little thrust washer holds everything together. And that's why the main shaft can move on the damn late bikes. Plus, an early bike, it's held on with a taper, so it stays fixed in the clutch assembly. On the later bike, it's on a spline, it goes slides around. Once again, it's got a little thin washer here that holds everything. It's a better design because the spline won't spin out like a taper will, but it doesn't locate very well. This locates very well, but it's not as strong. So ideally, you would have a spline you would tighten up against the shoulder, like you do over here, would be the best option, but they don't do it that way. So, limitations of engineering. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and loop all this stuff up. So I'm going to put a little lube over here, even though we lubed some other stuff already, we're going to lube it. That's the high gear. Second gear, or third gear actually goes on top of these splines right here. Pretty much right over the edge where the oil's at, is where the gear's at. Okay. This has some oil grooves in there. It'd be nice to fill it full of grease also. So you want this stuff to run dry. Sometimes there's sharp edges in here, so you'll be careful on spinning that around. Make sure you get some oil on the thrust surface there. Not oil, but grease. Okay, so now this goes in. We got our gear. Got our thrust washer. This is adjustable for in play. There's different ones to have. Don't forget your snap ring. And then your shift clutch goes in. Or shift dog. Whatever you want to call it. Now these are marked for high. So you look for the marking that says high. And of course I don't see the marking that says high on it. Wonderful. Isn't that special? Fancy gear, then mark it for squat. When the marking I see is DI for dual engineering. Great. See, one way the dog goes this way, the other one goes this direction. So, see, this is on the trailing edge. It's on the leading edge. If you put it in backwards, it just pops out of gear. Won't stay in gear. So it helps to put it in correctly. That's why they mark them high. Of course, this one they failed to mark it very well. Whatever marking was on there is not visible anymore. Now, I don't want to go just by the manufacturing name, even though it's probably what you're going to go by, but that's kind of stupid how they did that. Alright, so I'm going to run upstairs and get a gear when it's marked. Make sure I do it right. 'Cause when I would guess how it's done right, I usually put it in backwards. Alright, I'll be back.